Didn't expect him to drop an album before the case. I guess obviously you had to see how it plays out, then drop the album. But let's see. Hopefully it comes out. Let's not wait 2 more years. We have, what was I going to say about here? A$AP Rocky. Oh, Joe Budden and 50 Cent. Joe Budden and 50 Cent have an ongoing beef right now. It's a new rap beef, but they're not rapping at each other. They're just going back and forth at each other. But 50 Cent is taking it to another level now. 50 Cent is saying that he wants to meet with Joe Budden face to face because Joe Budden was reacting to 50 Cent's reaction when 50 Cent spoke out after Irv Gotti died. Irv Gotti died, and allegedly, you know, it's one of the most ongoing, one of the longest rap beefs in history is the 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef. It's still happening to this day, and Irv Gotti was involved. Irv Gotti was close friends with the Supreme Team. He was like involved with the Supreme Team, this like street gang, allegedly gang affiliates, and there was always rumors of Irv Gotti being tied to the person or the people that might have eventually gotten 50 Cent shot. What was it 9 times? 15 times? 100 bullets? How many bullets that motherfucker take? 9 bullets?
Like 11.
A lot, bro.
A lot of bullets.
The whole mag.
Right?
A whole
50
cock.
Cent's unstoppable, right? And 50 Cent has hold that against them to this day, to the point of them, you know, in both instances in interviews on both sides, it's like to this day on some murder beef, on site type shit. There's never gonna be reconciliation. He never wanted to squash the beef.
Bro, why would you, motherfucker?
Irv Gotti
to people who shot the fuck out of me, bro.
Irv Gotti has now died, and in 50 Cent's instant reaction to Irv Gotti dying was him smoking a hookah in a club, and he had a R.I.P. tombstone from like the Halloween store, and he said, "I'm smoking that Irv Gotti pack."
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Literally minutes after Irv Gotti died.
Damn, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
And there's this viral tweet right now. This is a rumor. There's no confirmation, but it's gone so viral, and it's like, is this true? But the tweet says that Irv Gotti died eating Chinese food while playing poker, right? That he had the stroke or something of that nature during that. There's no confirmation, but if that happened that way, that's some gangster shit. That sounds like some shit out of a movie. That sounds like a scene like out of what's that movie with DMX and Nas? Belly. That's like some shit from Belly. Like you just playing poker, you betting money. And you just die, like, oof. But I don't think it's true. But the tweet, it got so much attention. I'm like, someone, because his funeral just happened. So the tweet came off as someone that was at his funeral, found out how he passed, and was like, oh, that's how it happened.
Yeah.
So everyone's making the tweet go viral. But 50 Cent reacted to him just dying in general. And 50 was like, fuck you, I'm smoking on you, smoking on your pack, smoking on the Irv Gotti body.
Damn.
People reacted. I reacted. Joe Budden reacted. I felt the same way as Joe Budden. Joe Budden was like, 50 Cent needs therapy. Like, this is dark and gruesome. Like, you go far, but this is like, you could use some therapy.
I ain't defending
50 Cent got offended by that and said, like, I need therapy. So he started going at Joe Budden, making fun of Joe Budden sleepwalking naked. And he posted a bunch of photos of Joe Budden sleepwalking
that's why
naked.
He did that.
But it was AI photos of Joe Budden.
Yeah, that shit looked real as fuck.
Joe Budden went on his podcast and said, like, it's funny, it's whatever, but he's like, if I ever get annoyed or if he ever goes too far, he's like, I can sue you. Like, I can go to court. Like, this is fake photos. This is not real photos. 50 Cent reacted. He said, oh, you want to sue me? You want to talk about lawyers? He's like, let's meet face to face and show me how much therapy I need. Like, let's meet face to face.
That's weird. It's getting weird. And it's like
50's got it chill.
Y'all both like when it comes to the New York scene, like Joe is the head of podcasting. He's the innovator in that.
Yeah.
50 is like for the culture, the innovator of like, you know, content creation with like the shows and stuff. You would hope they would have a good relationship.
They're both in their 40s.
Yeah, like you both came out in the similar time frame. You both were in New York in the same time. Like, we need to start holding niggas accountable and be like, yo, you got to grow up, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like, whatever trauma you've been through, I get it. But like, there needs to be an active effort to be better.
I feel like Joe would check him, but who knows if 50 would like even listen to him, you know?
But my thing is 50 Cent justified in any case, like how Marlon was kind of saying, like people feel the way Marlon says. I understand him. Whereas like beef is held if someone had anything to do or affiliation with potentially trying to take my life and basically changing my life forever, because 50 Cent's voice changed forever after that because of the jaw and like this way his voice sounds and everything. He still has that lisp and everything. For all we know, he might have a bullet inside him right now. Who fucking knows? That guy's like the Terminator walking. But it's like even after that person dies or anyone affiliated to that dies, someone almost tried to take your life and they die. And also, aside from
Bro.
that bullet shooting, there was a stabbing that happened
Yeah.
in a studio with Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
Bro, someone try to take my life, bro. It's fuck them to the day I die. It's fuck them to
But
the
even
day
after
I
they die, I feel like my thing is like the day that they die, the beef ends. Because are you gonna beef with them in spirit?
No, I understand that 100%. But now you got to see if the people around them are gonna continue to carry that shit on. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
But then I feel like 50 carrying it on only fuels the shit. Because now we're going to get Ja Rule still coming at 50. Because it's like, you disrespected my brother while he's dead? Like, that's a OD. Like, that's a different level of like you talking about smoking on him. You taking photos. Like, you had someone. Who fucking took that photo? Like, Tony Yayo? Like, who took that? Like, you had to make someone take that photo.
Stop it, Vic. Him and Tony are beefing. Stop it, Vic.
You had to have someone take that photo.
Of course.
Like, that's insane.
Bro,
One of them
it's-
niggas we
it's-
saw
at the end of the
at,
day, bro,
Cheesecake.
it's street shit.
I mean, at Sugar Factory. One of them niggas we saw at Sugar
That's
Factory.
what,
Oh, probably.
that's what they grew up on, bro. That's the street shit. That's what they know, bro.
Here's my thing. This is where I get frustrated.
Oh, you playing 50 Cent? What song is that?
See,
Die one day.
this is why I randomly
Oh
muted
my
it.
God.
Yeah, what is this nigga
This is why I
doing?
randomly
You doing the
muted it.
research real quick? That's the song against Ja Rule, no? Die One Day or something like that?
Nah, just like he just went off to. I just thought of that shit. Just go.
Man, you're a chill guy, bro.
Yeah,
chill guy,
man.
bro.
You're a chill guy. I love Edwin. He's such a chill guy.
Chill guy.
Stop. That's not funny,
You're a
man.
chill
Go,
guy,
go.
bro.
Yo, so this is my issue. This is kind of like, you're 40, right?
49.
49.
50 Cent's 49. I think Joe Budden's like 44 or something.
I got to say this as a Christian. You got to end the cycle of violence.
Yeah.
Like, I get the need to, like, want to off a nigga
Mm.
and to be mad at a nigga for trying to take your life. But there has to be a point in your existence where you have to look at the cycle you're in and tell yourself, I can't hold on to this anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't be mad at this
Yeah.
anymore. Because what are we doing here? Y'all 50 grandchildren and you still beefing?
Yeah, y'all gotta forgive and forget.
Yeah, like you at some point, and I know it's easier said than done, but it's something we have to start encouraging, because the reality is this: 50 out here still beefing with Ja Rule, he beefing with Gotti after death. Bro, your city's in mayhem. We don't talk about it much,
Yeah.
but that kid was 14 that got stabbed in the subway. Naughty was 14 getting stabbed. Crickets. And I understand now why the older niggas was crickets. Because they still holding on to shit themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know what's going to happen? All them drill niggas that are up in New York right now, they're going to grow up and they're going to do the same shit you're doing now. They're going to hold on to these grudges and they're going to pass it on to the next generation. And nothing ever changes.
Yeah.
It's very corny.
Yeah. I don't applaud that, nor do I condone that kind of behavior.
I understand the behavior and I've done the behavior, so I fully understand it, but it's not.
I
worth
didn't
it
even
at
know
some
why
point.
he was posting Joe like that. I thought he just heard of like.
I thought so too. I didn't know the full story.
Yeah, that's what it was. And it's like, I think that's the worst part. Because 50 has his beef with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule and then Murder Inc. And then Irv Gotti dies. But then now you create beefs with these other people.
Yeah.
You're creating beefs with people reacting to your beef.
Yeah.
Like, you can't assume, like, oh my God, like, me smoking hookah, making fun of this man dying, especially dying of natural causes, that everyone's going to be okay with it. People are going to be like, damn, 50, you viled. But people are going to be like, also, like, okay, this is weird. Like, you're going too far.
Yeah.
Like, you are the comedian, crazy guy, you can do no wrong. But 50, you also come off as a role model to some aspect, business-wise, things that you do. This is something that you could show the world, like, be the bigger person. He's passed away. The beef's dead.
You don't even have to talk about it.
You don't gotta, or don't even address it.
Yeah.
Because
Just be like, next subject, whenever anyone brings it up. Instead, he feeds into it. But obviously, I get it's a sensitive subject. That's another thing. If someone shot me, what was it, 9 times, however many times, and I survived, I've never been through that, so I don't know what to say.
But at that point, it's in you
yeah.
now. It's in you. You survived.
Yeah.
What's the issue here? What are you still holding on to?
The fact that someone tried to take my fucking life.
Yeah,
Then that's
no,
your
yeah.
personal issue.
That's true.
Because the situation
The
has
fact
already
that
moved
someone
on.
thought that they had the power to take my fucking life.
That's
Okay,
great.
And I'm going to
but-
sit with that, bro?
But then it's just going to eat you alive. Now it's
No,
in
yeah,
you.
you gotta.
Fuck that,
you
bro.
can't have that.
And I get
hate.
where you're
Fuck.
coming from, that anger and that hate. But, bro, at the end of the day, your wound's healed.
I
Marlon
understand.
wants to blow their head off.
Listen, I
No,
understand
you
where you're
can't carry
coming
that
from,
with
and
you,
I agree
man.
100%, bro.
I get what you're
But
saying.
some people are just built different, bro. Some people will get to a point where they will, be at peace and let shit slide. But it doesn't seem like he's at that point. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
that's
it's like-
my
what
thing
we're
is that that's great. I understand what you're saying. And I 100%
And again,
agree
we
with
have
you.
to remember how they fucking grew up, what
Of
they
course.
were around.
Yeah.
Listen,
course.
they are a what is that shit?
They are a result of their environment.
I don't
You see
believe
what
in
I'm
that.
I do.
But because at some point,
When you're
50
heavy into that environment, I
no.
do.
Because I know niggas in that
100%.
environment that have had the self-resolve to say no. Yo, at one point, bro,
Not
I
every
don't,
nigga's like that, bro.
yo, but you know what it is, Marlon? At one point in your life, I don't give a fuck who you think you are. It's who you are. You know you did something wrong. I promise you 50 Cent there saying, I know this is wrong.
Yeah.
I think
Part
that-
of him is saying this
He
is
knows
wrong
it's
what I'm
immature.
doing right now.
Yes,
100%.
You're
To some extent.
choosing not
Something
to
has to.
care anymore.
Yeah.
For
That's
sure.
the problem.
For sure.
It is the choice that you now made. And that's where my frustration comes because it's like, how much longer are you going to choose not to care? Because it's obviously bothering you and it's eating you alive.
He's just a bully online.
Bro, some people are just like that, bro. Some
50's
people
a
will never
bully.
change.
He's a cyber bully.
Let's have hope they might.
I'm sorry, guys. I love 50.
The weirdest part is
I
like
love
50
it.
Cent,
I don't agree with some shit.
he doesn't
does,
have
bro.
like a close relationship. He has like a very toxic relationship with his son, like his son that looks just like him. It looks just like 50 Cent. His son that looks like just like
Doesn't
him.
he doesn't claim him or something.
He doesn't really claim him. Like he has a very wild relationship with his
Yeah.
son.
Wasn't there a video of him his son trying to pull up and he's like, get the fuck out of here. I already had you.
That
Like,
sounds
you're already
crazy.
18.
That sounds like
Yeah.
some shit from Maury. If that,
I forgot.
if there's footage of that.
I forgot. It was like in his
But again,
his
we
condo.
don't know their
Yeah,
shit,
50's.
bro.
50's. I remember seeing like a 50 Cent interview where he was just kind of basically saying like, well, like.
Wasn't he the
his
one
son was
with
like
that-
an asshole or some shit
that
like
had
that?
a
Like,
kid, that had the kid and that was it him where the kid was like, oh, you're my dad, you gotta give me money, this and that, blah 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 blah, trying to pretty
Might
much
have
take
been.
advantage of.
we don't know the relationship.
That's
but
cool, but
a
any
nigga like me
father-
would fix the relationship no matter what because that's my child.
For
But
sure.
that's
Nigga-
me.
Thank
For sure.
you.
That's
But
me.
see, but that's what I'm saying, bro. There's these clear signs and shit like that
Yeah.
of like things that other people that have the rationale would be like, oh, that's kind of wrong, this and that, blah blah blah. But he continues to do certain things. So it's like, yes, he might need help, 100%.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a product of the environment. You don't know how they fucking grew up. What was his fucking relationship with his fucking parents and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
repeated cycle.
My thing is this. You never speak ill of your child in public. Even
Yeah.
in private with people, like you just don't do that. The fact he did that told me a lot about his character.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was like,
Same.
damn, like this nigga don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you can just overlook that. Like this is my point. We acting like this nigga is like gonna die if he doesn't speak on this shit.
Yeah.
You can choose to shut the fuck up. He don't. That's a character flaw. Like I understand the glorification of 50, but sometimes I be seeing the shit he does. I'm like, oh, you're a chatterbox and you're corny.
Yeah, no, 50 Cent has reached a different level now.
I can agree, but
I think the
I'll
only
say
way
the same
that
shit about Joe.
I could say the only way that this will
That's
affect
true.
him and
I agree.
stop if it affects his money. You know what I'm saying? Which it hasn't so far. I haven't seen like nobody cut ties with 50 Cent. They just keep adding more ties to him because like you don't want to be on his bad side, right? Because it
Thing
gets
is
so
too,
volatile.
a lot of times that motherfucker, if people don't want to work with him, boom, he just make it himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he's up so much and he has so much connections and people always owe him so many favors and he does so many shit back for people.
His fall from grace is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. But he told Joe Budden, he was like, so that's the plan. You gonna sue me, Joe? Ha ha ha. I think you are mistaking me for someone else. I'm gonna get a face-to-face with you so you can tell me about the therapy I need. Right?
Oh my god.
And they should. And they should.
I think they should.
And I don't think Joe would do it.
No, I think
I
you
think
I
Joe
think you're
would do it.
underestimating Joe Budden.
Nah,
Bro.
Joe would do that.
I
Joe
would love
Budden-
to see that.
I've seen Joe Budden do some really
I
crazy
would love to.
shit.
Yeah.
There is
like,
a
we'll
video of
sleepwalk
Joe
naked.
Budden on like Channel 10 News in New Jersey, looking like a fucking crackhead outside of his porch, just sitting there looking nuts. and doing an interview like he's a civilian on the local news in New Jersey. Bro, Joe Budden is a sociopath, bro. Like, I don't think you understand. I don't think he's fierce.
What's
50.
crazy about that?
Yo, you looking like a crackhead with a fucked up wife.
He looks
beater.
like a crackhead all
Bro.
the fucking time when he's not done up.
Yo, this is a fucking.
Damn, you don't fuck with Joe.
I don't
You
fuck
don't
with
fuck
Joe.
with Joe at
I don't
all.
fuck with
Wow.
Joe.
I think
But let's be
Joe's
honest,
funny.
when
That's my goat, Joe Budden.
when he's fucking
I like
scruffy and shit like that, when he doesn't take care of it, he looks fucking crazy.
Yo, because
That's
he
anyone,
is.
that's anyone.
You never seen the Love and Hip Hop episode where he got hit over the head?
I've never watched this shit.
And this nigga just smiled.
I've never watched it.
yeah, that's what I knew. Yo, you're crazy. I like that. That smile was great.
No, he's a maniac.
Gabriel with the $4.99. He posted the text from Lil Meech and showed everyone.
Oh yeah, that little Meech shit was weird.
he had a whole beef with Lil Meech because Lil Meech is Big Meech from BMF's son, his real son. While Big Meech was in jail, he had Lil Meech. He paid for his acting classes and helped him out to play his father, Big Meech, in his show BMF. So Little Meech is now an actor, right? The show was successful. First season was successful as hell, and then recently he's fallen out with Big Meech because Big Meech got close with Rick Ross because Rick Ross had that song BMF, Blowing Money Fast, one of his biggest songs of all time, right? And Big Meech is known for big parties and shit because he has drug money and he's a drug dealer with big parties. One of the biggest like parties ever. He would always throw them. His comeback, he got out of jail recently, Big Meech, finally. He was going to throw a party, his coming home party. And he had on the lineup every rapper, Little Baby, all these rappers, and also Rick Ross. And he did a promo video with Rick Ross.
Party.
Yeah, for his party, for Rick Ross to perform in the concert. Why did Rick Ross get mad? Why did 50 Cent get mad? Because the Rick Ross. He's like, why are you teaming up with Rick Ross? If I put your son on an acting and I put your son on, I made a whole show about your life. Like, why are you betraying me, basically? You know, I have beef with Rick Ross. Why would you work with Rick Ross? I'm pretty sure Big Meech just saw it as like, how am I going to throw a BMF party without the guy that has the song BMF performing? So he probably just wanted Rick Ross to perform BMF.
Yeah,
I don't think he was trying to slight 50 Cent.
but 50's petty.
But 50's petty, and 50 Cent called Big Meech a snitch and said that Big Meech is a snitch, etc. What happened? Big Meech had to cancel the party. I think it was on last Thursday. He canceled the party the day of. The concert got canceled. People had flights booked. Everyone was there. Little Baby's going to perform. They canceled it. Rick Ross had to announce that he was canceled. And people were like, why did it get canceled? The venue canceled it. Why did the venue cancel it? No one knows. Probably because the snitching allegations, and they've probably got some death threats. Who knows? Or maybe behind the scenes, for all we know, maybe artists backed out. Because that's what 50 Cent was saying. Watch these artists start backing out. Like he purposely was calling him a snitch, even if he wasn't, without any evidence, just for him to plant the seed for people to back out from the Big Meech concert. 50 Cent's the ultimate petty king. Like he's very diabolical. Remember he bought like 2 front rows of a Ja Rule concert tickets that way that it looked empty? Like that's insane.
Drake ain't got nothing on him, bro.
That's funny.
Like 50 Cent's the ultimate petty guy. He's a sociopath, bro. Like this is really bad. The guy's like really crazy.
Because I really enjoyed that. I love that. That was great.
He's really crazy.
That's funny.
He's really crazy.
I don't care if you have my money. That's my spare change.
So then he revealed text when he posted on Instagram with him and Little Meech. And Little Meech was like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, I know your beef is with my dad, but why you getting me involved? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you were my OG type of shit." And then he revealed personal shit. Like, I guess Little Meech was gonna help 50 Cent sign like an artist. It was like a lot of business shit that got made public. And it was like, 50, what are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
50's
Yeah.
crashing.
He don't give a fuck, bro. He's
50's
crashing out, bro.
That's weird. That's weird.
So, God bless 50 Cent. I don't want to beef with you ever in life. You did put me on Drake's op list, which wasn't a real list, but you saying it made me an official Drake op. So I might never forgive you for that one. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? You've made some of the best music of all time. And that was a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition Podcast, Cap. If you're looking to watch the full episode, make sure to go check it out right now. It's available on audio and also on YouTube.